Hello and welcome to this week's Attraction 15 show here on UK Theme Parks. This week again we're going to be focusing on theme parks from across the country with news from SWA at Alton Towers, an event at Thorpe Park, event at Lightwater Valley, event at Blackpool, some strange goings on at Chessington, the world's biggest bouncy castle at Dreamland, and some VIP events that are happening across the Merlin parks. We are going to jump straight in this week with Transformers at Thorpe Park. Now, although this isn't a big event, it has been there for the past week. For those who like Transformers, Optimus Prime and a massive toy shop has arrived at Thorpe Park until the 23rd of August. August 23rd, for those who don't know, is next Wednesday, so you are going to have to be quick if you want to catch this. Gives you a chance to get some photo opportunities with the truck, kind of check out some of the new Transformers merchandise that's going on as well. They've based this down by the Zodiac ride of the park, where they are currently building the Fright Nights attraction, so it does obscure the Fright Nights attraction a little bit, but it's certainly something a bit different. Nothing major, nothing massive, but if you're a fan of Transformers, getting to see the Optimus Prime and getting to see the truck and all the merchandise may well be something that you'd like to do. So it's there till Wednesday this week. Next, away from Merlin, we're going to take a look at Lightwater Valley. Now, Lightwater Valley have got Mr. Maker there for the Bank Holiday weekend. Bank Holiday weekend this year for August is 26th and 27th. That's the Saturday and Sunday, and he will be bringing the Arty Party to the park. Now then, Mr. Maker is massively popular, I believe on CBeebies, and we'll be bringing his show for anyone that's at the park on that time. Now, the good news is the park are currently running a promotion for £15 tickets, and there's no guarantee by the time this video goes out and you get to watch it, the £15 tickets will be available. However, it's definitely worth a go. Now, if you book online for Lightwater Valley, which is what we did when we visited earlier on in the year, you get £20 tickets, which really isn't too bad for what the park has to offer. However, getting the option to have them at £15 is obviously a massive bonus, especially when there's such a big event going on as well. So if you book online for either of the days, you can put in the promo box HP Summer in capital letters, and hopefully there'll be some £15 tickets left. Now, the park have run this a couple of times over the summer. It's been very, very popular, so this is the second time they've done it now. There were still tickets left at time of filming, so hopefully you're getting a bit cheaper, but if not, £20 if you're thinking about going to Lightwater Valley. The rides themselves are worth going for, and you know, if you want to see Mr. Maker, it's going to be a great show to have as well. So let's have a look at the world's biggest bouncy castle down in Dreamland in Margate. Now, for those that haven't been back to Dreamland since it reopened, it's certainly in a progression stage at the moment. They've managed to rebuild the scenic railway, although it did have a bit of downtime last year. It has been running this year without any problems. It's a great classic ride. We were lucky enough to get on it first time round, and we have been back on it again second time round, and it certainly hasn't lost its charm. Now, the park has got loads of retro rides in, absolutely just loads of classics that you just don't see anymore across the UK. It does have some up-to-date ones as well. You may have seen in the news a few months back about the crazy mouse that goes by people's houses, but you know, I'd love to live there and see a crazy mouse outside my window every time I wake up, but not everyone feels the same. But for the summer, they have got the world's biggest bouncy castle visiting. Now, the bouncy castle is going to be there till August the 26th, which is this Saturday coming. Why it's not there for the whole of Bank Holiday weekend, we're not entirely sure. Certainly would have made more sense to have it there till the 28th, but it will be there till the 26th. Now, to go around the scale of this thing, it's 21 metres square, so it is absolutely huge. 13 metres tall, that's 42 foot, so it's bigger than your average house. It can hold many, many people. When you see the aerial shots of this, if you haven't, and we put one just in the corner for you to see, you can see exactly how many people you could fit on this, and you can see rides close by and how much space it takes up. It is huge. We would love to know how long it takes to inflate. If you know, and you work at the park, or you just happen to have come across this thing before, we would love to know in the comments box how long this thing takes to inflate, because we can't quite decide how long it would be, whether or not there's loads of high-powered air pressure jets going into it, or whether or not they have to wait overnight to do it, whether or not they put it down at night. We would love to know the details. Sadly, we're not going to get along to the park this week. We've got a busy schedule ahead, so we want to know the details. It looks massive, you know, it looks really impressive, and the best part is it's only £3.50 for 10 minutes. Now, it may not seem very long, 10 minutes, however, the average time apparently you spend on a bouncy castle is only 5 minutes, so when you take into account the size of this, and you get 10 minutes for £3.50. We think it's great value for money. Now you can book this online. I believe you can book it at the park when you go, but if you want to be safe and you want to make sure you get on it on your visit, make sure you book it online. Secure your slot. It's available for all ages, so the whole family can enjoy this without any problems. Sticking away from Merlin for this one, we're going to have a look at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now, Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the whole year have been doing late night riding on various Saturdays throughout the year. That also includes fireworks at 10 o'clock, providing the weather's nice, obviously. So this bank holiday weekend, Blackpool will be doing it again. That's the 26th of August. We will actually be heading up to Blackpool this weekend to cover the fireworks and indeed the late night riding. Whilst we're at Blackpool, we shall be looking at construction for Icon, and we will be filming a vlog as well, which you'll be able to see on the channel in the next coming weeks. Now, for anyone going to Blackpool this weekend, they're expecting it to be very busy. So again, book in advance, make sure you get your slot. The park will be open for 12 hours, with about 11 hours riding, bearing in mind most of the rides don't open until 11 o'clock. There will be plenty to do, there'll be plenty going on, and we're really looking forward to it. We're looking forward to some late night riding. It's dark now, about 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, so we should hopefully get some late nights in. It's not something we've ever done before. We go to Blackpool quite a lot, but we've never had any night riding there, so we are thoroughly looking forward to it. Watch out on our YouTube channel, watch out on our social media platforms. We'll be bringing you live updates from the park throughout the day, as we said, including the Icon and any changes to the park, and we will be filming a vlog which you'll be able to see hopefully in the next coming weeks. Now back to Merlin and Chessington World of Adventures. Now we haven't been to Chessington in a couple of weeks. It may not actually sound like that long to some people, but we're generally there every other week. Now they seem to have installed a buggy lane for the Gruffalo. Now we're not really sure what to make of this. We think it's legit because it's been advertised in all the newspapers, certainly online. It's obviously not going to make the print, but there's pictures of it. There's apparently a guard as well, guiding buggies down the middle of the wild woods. Now the picture is on the screen now. It appears that the lane goes from the top of wild woods down to the shop of the Gruffalo. Now many may have seen over the last couple of years that Chessington do a lot of publicity stunts during the summer. So last year we had the animal selfie. So as you walked around sort of the Trail of the Kings area of the park, you saw little signs saying, watch out, you may be photo bombed by an animal, and they did lots of little videos themselves, and these signs stayed up for about 6 to 8 weeks, and the press got hold of it and they kind of advertised it, and people would have pictures with it, and we took some pictures of it as well. You can see it in our old events page, and that was kind of their summer thing. Now this summer thing seems to be about the buggy lane. Now assuming it is legit, which we believe it is, we just don't understand why there's a buggy lane right down the middle of wild woods. Now, I quite like the idea of it, in principle. However, it just seems really strange to put it right down the middle. So guessing that they don't want normal people to walk in the buggy lanes, but taking into account how people walk around theme parks and stop in random places, we don't think it's particularly going to work. Now, funny enough, we have done a video of what annoys us, which will be live on the channel soon. And you'll be able to see that one of our pet hates is people that just stop in the middle of lanes and stop in the middle of places and everything. And we happen to feel that this buggy lane is going to cause exactly the same problem. Why they would waste a member of staff to man it all day, even for publicity purposes, is beyond me. And obviously when they do decide to move away from this, because we can't see it being a permanent thing, that buggy lane's just going to kind of wear away the white paint for the next couple of years. So it's a bit of a strange one. We will be heading to Chessington over the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. We will have a look, see whether the buggy lane is actually there. We will have a look whether or not the buggy lane is actually being used, whether or not it's being manned, whether or not it's causing any arguments for the average Joe who's walking in the buggy lane. We'll check it all out for you. We think it's just a publicity stunt. I can't imagine them installing it all around the park. Some people seem to think it's a good idea that have commented on it. Some people seem to think it's just a load of rubbish. So what do you think? Do you think buggy lanes have a place at parks? There are obviously a lot of families that go. We've taken our family in the past. I have my 2 sons. I have one sitting here now, the other side of the camera. He used to sit in a buggy when we used to go around Fort Park when we were a little bit younger. And, you know, did we have a problem getting around the park? We didn't particularly. Now, the Wildwoods area can obviously get very busy, but that's due to the Gruffalo being there. Is the buggy lane going to help us get through it? I'm not sure it is. You know, do we respect people with buggies? Yes, we do. So I don't think there needs to be a lane there. But if it's just pure publicity, fair play to them, gets them in the papers, gets them a little bit of advertising. If it's something they're going to look to keep hold of permanently, then they're going to need to repaint it because it does look rather ugly, as you can see in the picture. We will see. We will get to the park over the next couple of weeks. We'll have a look at it. We'll kind of see what damage it's done and whether or not anyone's using it or paying a remote bit of attention to it at all. But certainly worth a mention. A bit strange, but let's hope it either works or it's disappeared very quickly. Sticking with Merlin, and then for anyone that follows the Merlin Annual Pass on Facebook, you may have seen that the VIP events have been happening over the summer. Now, the VIP Annual Pass holders do get extra benefits, extra rewards, and extra bits and pieces that your standard Merlin or even your premium Merlin Annual Pass holders don't have. Now, I'm going to read one of their events that happened at Alton Towers, which caused a bit of uproar. And this is what was put on the website. So VIP Wizards, great news. Alton Towers are hosting a VIP exclusive this Saturday. That was the 13th of August, so it has gone now. For all our VIPs to have after-hour access to Galactica and Nemesis from 6:30 PM to 7:30 PM, as well as an after-hours access. VIPs can enjoy a hot drink and a muffin from the coffee lounge during this event. Now, this caused a bit of uproar because your standard annual pass holders and your premium annual pass holders seem to feel this is something that should have been available to all of them. Now, there's going to be split opinion on this. From our point of view, you know, the VIP pass holders, however much they get, and they do seem to get slated by the enthusiast community because they put their little lanyards on, they stick a little thing on, they think they can get in and out of wherever they want to go. And, you know, maybe the rules need to be a bit clearer for them. Maybe some of them do get away with more than they should get away with. But they do pay for the privilege. So the Merlin Annual Pass VIPs, from what I remember, are around about £500. So it's nearly 5 times the price of your standard annual pass. Is a massive difference in price. And, you know, they get benefits obviously with fast track and bits and pieces, which is fine because they are limited. It's not something, I really don't see that many VIP annual pass holders around when I go to theme parks. Should they get their own event? Why not? Why shouldn't they? We don't really have a problem with this. As I said, it did kind of spark a bit of uproar. We don't really have a problem with this. An hour of the ride into the park when the park's shut doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me throughout the day. It doesn't affect me when I visit the park. You know, if I was at Fort Park that day, would I want to hang around for an extra hour to spend it with VIP holders? No, I wouldn't. So it doesn't really make much difference to us. Now, there is one coming up at Fort Park shortly, so another one just posted. So VIP Wizards, exciting news. Fort Park official are hosting a VIP exclusive on Monday the 28th of August to celebrate our summer of fun. Now, the only thing we'll say with this before we finish the rest is obviously there's been no summer nights this year. Now, summer nights were brilliant. We loved those. They did it for annual pass holders last year. They did it the year before for everyone else. And you would find that between 6 and 10, the park would run summer nights. So you would go in, the roller coasters would be open, a couple of flat rides. It was amazing because come 5 o'clock, the whole park would empty out. No one would pay the extra £5 hardly for summer nights, and you'd walk on and off rides all night. I'm not surprised it hasn't stayed on because it can't be beneficial. Could they have done one for normal annual pass holders? They probably could have done. However, this one, so VIPs will have exclusive access to the hub. That's located in Old Town. So it used to be Noodle Noodle. It's sitting in kind of the derelict area of Old Town. That's from 2 to 6 PM. That's with games, pop badge swapping and light refreshments included. You know, 4 hours is a long time to go and sit in that building when you're at Fort Park. Probably not the most enticing thing in the world. So towards the end of the day, the VIPs will get to pick what exclusive ride time they would like, which coaster they would like it on. So they get the options, obviously, the Swarm, Stealth, Colossus, Nemesis Inferno, and Soar the Ride, being subject to availability. It doesn't actually say how long the access time is for. I'm sure they may have posted it somewhere else and we've missed it, but we're kind of guessing it's going to be much like Alton Towers between 6:30 and 7:30, and they get to select one of the rides. Now, again, if you're a VIP pass holder, this may be something you kind of look forward to, and it's something you want from your VIP pass. For everyone else, again, it just shouldn't make much of a difference. These people have paid for the privilege. Doesn't matter what they're like. Doesn't matter how they go about it. Doesn't matter how anything. They've paid for the privilege of having these events. Again, it doesn't bother me because, you know, we visit on off-peak days. So on off-peak days, we can go into the park and we can just ride as many coasters as we like without having the queue. So we certainly don't need to go back at 6:30 at night to be able to do so. But what are your thoughts on this? Are you a VIP annual pass holder? Is this something you enjoy? Is this something you go to? Are you not an annual pass holder? Or are you a normal annual pass holder? Let us know. Put it in the comments box. Head over to our social media page and let us know what you think. We don't think it's a problem, but some of you out there think it is. Share your opinions. That's what it's all about. Now on to the most exciting part of this, and this is Alton Towers and a new roller coaster for next year. So in the Merlin terms, Alton Towers are the only ones that are opening a new roller coaster next year, and that will be known as SW8. For those that are unaware, SW stands for Secret Weapon, and the program's been running since 1994 with the birth of Nemesis. Now we're going to have a quick look because Alton Towers have released their new website for SW8 this week, and they've also released the 4th Halloween attraction, which we'll talk about just a bit later, which seem to link hand in hand together. But a quick look back, they've put a lovely video compilation together of their previous secret weapons, and we'll just go back on some of the things they've said. So, Alton Towers Resort's secret weapon program produced some of the world's most famous rides, including Nemesis, Oblivion, the Smiler. The secret weapon program started over 25 years ago for SW1. Now, for those who don't know, SW1 and 2 were never built at the park. They were designed, but never built. One of them was a Heartline roller coaster, which we're glad they didn't build because they're not the most comfortable and great looking things in the world. However, at the time it would have been absolutely amazing, but not now. And they will continue to produce globally unique rides for years to come, including SW8 opening in 2018. Now, interestingly, the SW8 isn't looking to be a world's first. They are calling it a kind of an attraction-changing, amazing ride, but they're not calling it a world's first. Which, for the secret weapon program, to not have a first in it is a real key thing for them. So Nemesis was the first inverted roller coaster in Europe, not the world, but in Europe. We then had Oblivion, which was the first vertical drop roller coaster. We then had Air, which was the first flying roller coaster. We then had 13, which was the first free fall drop roller coaster. And we had the Smiler, which was the world's first 14 loop roller coaster. So they've certainly produced world's first, European first. However, it doesn't look like on this occasion they're going to be getting that. Now, obviously on the National Roller Coaster Day, for those that saw, Cedar Point are going to be opening a 200-foot drop roller coaster, first hyper wooden roller coaster. So it kind of blows what Alton Towers potentially are doing out of the water. So will be really interesting to see what the park can do with this, and indeed what theming they have to go with it, because you have to be thinking now the theme is real key to this. So SW8 is going to be a world-class experience. It opens in 2018. We're not sure when in 2018 it will open, whether the park will try and have it open in March or whether it may be delayed slightly. Certainly from pictures we took, which you may have seen on our Alton Towers vlog, it looks like it's running on course. A lot of the wood is up, a lot of the main theming element is up. We've yet to see kind of any steel track go down, but we are expecting that very shortly. Now, we don't really know a lot about the ride. The layout was posted, as we've spoken about before. It seems to have changed very slightly. We don't really know what it's going to be based on, but it certainly looks very dark and sinister, which is sadly the way that Merlin seem to go these days. Whether or not that will work out well, we're not sure, but it looks like it will be part of the gloomy woods area of the park. Access will be located on the new path which has been built between Gloomy Wood and Mutiny Bay. And we just don't know anything about it. Now, the lift hill, we've said, for anyone that's watched our vlog, we said it looks very long and drawn out. So we are expecting it to maybe not just be an ordinary lift hill, but maybe be a slightly faster, slightly launched lift hill, maybe like Lightning Rod. But these are completely unconfirmed. You know, people in the know will probably be laughing at this if it's wrong, but we know we don't have the contacts which other people have. So we like to speculate just like you guys do. What do you think? What do you think of this ride? How good do you think SW8 is going to be? Do you think it's going to be a world-class experience? Do you think that the park have dropped the ball a bit, perhaps? You know, could they have dug further into the ground? Could we have had a bigger roller coaster? Could we have had a launch one? Could we have had a several inversion one? Did you not want to see a several inversion one? Did you want to see something with just speed and airtime? Do you think this one will have speed and airtime? There's so many questions unanswered, and although this is one of the very few secret weapon projects we can see, we could see a lot of the Smiler being built, even though some of it was done for in the closed season. But certainly with, you know, 13 and Air and Oblivion and Nemesis, you know, it was really hard to get a kind of glimpse of the ride being built. Certainly the older ones, you know, photos are scarce even to these days of them. With this one, we can see it being built, and the park are advertising it, and you've got little windows you can look through. However, the main theming element is still covered up. You can see bits and pieces coming out of it now. You know, we've seen some pictures online. We don't know what it is. We can see the track going through it once or twice, but we just don't know what it is. You know, is this going to be enough to kind of make the ride? Is there more to be added? Is it going to be kind of in dense forest? We just don't know. We just don't know. And that's the excitement of it. It's the excitement of these secret weapon programs is we don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen with it. We're really looking forward to this. Now, we've said in the Alton Towers vlog, I'll be looking forward to this as much as Icon. For me, it was a no. I'm looking forward to Icon more, mainly because I know what Icon does. And I know I'm going to like a nice triple launch, good length roller coaster to go floating around Blackpool Pleasure Beach in. That's not to say this isn't going to be a good ride, and it's not to say that once I ride them both, this one's not going to be a better ride. Now, for other people there that day, Ryan, I believe, was looking forward more to the Secret Weapon 8. Kurt was undecided, and my youngest sadly won't get on it. But that aside, hopefully he'll grow, start eating his vegetables and grow by then. But we are looking forward to both. What this will be like, we just don't know. So we touched on Halloween in last week's episode, and we were unsure of what Alton Towers were going to be bringing. We had a big question mark by their 4th maze. However, this has now been revealed as the Welcoming Be Chosen. Now, before we link this to SWA and what we can look out for, let's go through the blurb which the park put out. And this is quite a mouthful. We've tried this a couple of times now and got it wrong, but we'll try and get it right this time. A mysterious group who worship the woods and the animals that live therein, like gods, have been disturbed. Every year they host a festival to celebrate their own interpretation of Halloween, the crossing of the worlds of the living and the dead. For the first time they have allowed outsiders to celebrate with them. But what part will you, that's us, we're the outsiders, play in this ritual? I don't know. What will we play in this ritual? Well, it's a very good question. This is the new maze for 2017, and it's called the Welcoming Be Chosen. Now, for those eagle-eyed people, you will have noticed since the release of the SW8 website and the release of the Welcoming, that the ritual writing is exactly the same, and certainly the slogan Be Chosen is being used between them both. So I believe we can highly expect the Welcoming to be loosely based on what we're going to be seeing in SW8 next year. Now, cast your mind back a couple of years and you will remember when we were all looking at the Darren Brown Ghost Train and what we were going to expect in there, when we didn't know it was going to be Darren Brown Ghost Train and we didn't really know what it was going to be. Now, Thorpe Park put little signs up in the big top. Now, not many people actually caught these signs, a few people did, and they were the names of, I believe, Darren Brown's cat, and there was some anagrams of some of the shows and things he's done. So we're expecting the Welcoming to be very much like this, and certainly the eagle-eyed people will be a little bit more switched on now as to what the park may do, taking into account what Thorpe Park did, to get some more information on SW8. That's assuming they don't release the information on SW8 between now and then. So the Welcoming Be Chosen will be part of the lineup. It doesn't seem to be part of the main ticket, so we can say that the other three attractions will return, which we went through last week. They will be priced at £20. There seems to be an annual pass discount on that, so you will get in for £16. However, the Welcoming Be Chosen is a separate ticket at £8 with currently no discount available. That's not to say it won't happen, but currently there's no discount available. So that's £24 to go in these 4 mazes. It seems quite a lot of money. You take into account again that Thorpe Park is free, and you take into account that generally Chessington is free, and alright, there's not a lot going on at Legoland, but it just seems to be that it's quite an expensive ticket. Now, we do like some of the attractions at Alton Towers, and we will probably pay the money to go and visit them. However, you can get into kind of scare whatever it's called down the road in Burton. You can get the Screen Parks and all of those as well for roughly the same price. Tully's, if you book on the right time, you can get into that. And the attractions there generally are better, but that's not to say that this isn't going to be excellent. You know, the mines last year were brilliant. We really, really enjoyed those, and we're hoping that we get a good run through the other one they've got there as well, which the name completely eludes me, and we're hoping that Terror of the Towers has completely changed too. Subspecies, that's the one, Subspecies. We're hoping we get a good run through Subspecies, because we were thoroughly disappointed with that last year. So it is nice the park got a 4th maze. It does seem they're only going to have one walkthrough, which will be the Bizarre Carnival again. It is worth noting as well that the Welcoming will only be open from 5:30, so where the other parks you can book times from 1 o'clock, the Welcoming only opens from 5:30. Now, given the time of the year that Scarefest takes place, that certainly makes us think that this may involve some outdoor aspects of the ride, or attraction, sorry. We're not sure, we haven't been told. Again, details are quite sketchy, but we're expecting maybe a half and half, a bit like they have done before. So we'll wait and see. But the Welcoming Be Chosen is clearly linked to SW8. It's worth, if you're going to be visiting the park, that you need to make sure that you kind of look out for the signs. We will definitely be looking out for the signs. These are 100% going to go hand in hand, and we're all going to scream really obvious when we've had this, gone through this maze, spotted absolutely nothing, and then it all comes out what SW8 is about. We're looking forward to it. You can book now online at altontowers.com. We will be there for Scarefest. We will be reporting it and vlogging on the day as well. So we look forward to seeing you there. So thank you for joining us today on UK Theme Parks for the Attractions 15 news. We will be back next week on the same time, hopefully on Sunday. Then we are at Blackpool Pleasure Beach this weekend. We will be filming a vlog. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel this week for another one going up as well, and we do hope you're enjoying them. Now, We have a lot of plans. We have a lot of plans for the rest of the year. We have a lot of episodes planned out. We will have more news. We will have more vlogs, and we are so pleased that you're starting to join us now on the channel. This week's episode, I've been joined by Kurt in the background, my son. So we do make this a family event. This is all about opinions. This isn't all about my opinion. This is all about a joint opinion. So by all means, we want you to comment. We want you to get involved, either on our YouTube channel, over on our other social media channels. So we have Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, which can all be found on our main website, themeuk.com. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.